rock, rock.
The Most High is my rock,
My rock, rock.
the Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock,
Rock, rock.
the Most High is my rock,
My rock,
the
my
Most High
rock.
is my rock. Yeah,
My
yeah,
rock,
yeah,
my
yeah.
rock.
The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on top. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutling. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing.
No, thank
It's
you.
pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth. Are you fishing with the truth? Homie, where's your fruit? If the Most High is your rock, don't treat him like a side piece. Come in this truth plan and treat you like a side piece. He's the God of mercy and wrath. So do you want to fly or do you?
Keep the Bible on cop.
The Most High is my rock.
TK.
Rock, rock. The Most High is my rock.
Rock, rock.
The Most High is my rock.
My rock, rock.
The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock.
Rock, rock.
The Most High is my rock.
My rock,
The
my
Most High
rock.
is my rock. Yeah,
My
yeah,
rock,
yeah,
my
yeah.
rock.
The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on top. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutling. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom and welcome to another live class. We're here at 8524 South Braesville Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. Our class times are Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., Friday 6 to 8 p.m. If you're local in Houston, make sure you stop by and join us. We got classes in Virginia. We got a school in Virginia at 4219, at 2610 Granby Street, Norfolk, Virginia, 23517. We also have a school in San Antonio. Virginia's class times are Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7 to 9. Okay, so if you're local in Virginia, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Newport News, those areas, feel free to stop by for class every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, we also have a school in San Antonio at 4219 Centergate Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78217. They got class Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 7 p.m. All right, if you're local in San Antonio, feel free to drop by, and we're trying to get things going out in Albuquerque. Okay, so if you know anybody in Albuquerque that wants to get class, they can hit me up, hit up Priest Kazakia, and we can get you to the right channels out there in Albuquerque. Okay, you're catching us here live on YouTube under the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge, and I'm streaming live from Facebook on our Facebook account also. All right, so shalom to everybody on Facebook, shalom to everybody on YouTube. We got our upcoming feast, the Feast of Hanukkah or the Feast of Lights. That's December the 19th through the 26th. So we will not be having class that week. We'll be observing the High Holy Day. Okay, so look out for that. If you're local in Houston, if you're local in Virginia, if you're local in San Antonio, and you want to get together with brothers and sisters in unity, like the scriptures say, hit us up. Hit us up. My number is 303-557-8979. Priest Kazakia out of Virginia, his number is 281-707-2737. All right, so you can hit us up if you want to get together. We welcome you. All right. We have kids classes every Sabbath at 2:00 p.m. here at the school. Okay, so if you want your kids to be a part of their history, if you want your kids to know who they are according to the scriptures, bring them on through 2 p.m. on Saturdays, man. We have previously recorded kids classes that they can watch on YouTube under ISBHPK Kids. Okay, we also have the brother Mashaba He's out there in Albuquerque. He does the Blog Talk Radio. All right, so that's blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba every Tuesday, Thursday at 9:30 a.m. All right, so you can get your morning morsels. That's what they call it, the morning morsel. All right. If you like anything made as far as garments, any garments made, you could go on Facebook, search Everything Israel Wear, and you can put in an order that way. That's for a garment, for headbands. We do it all, man. Hoodies with the menorah, armbands, French pants, whatever you like. The sisters can get it done. Also, the school department is selling fringe shirts. She'll put that up also. They're going for about $30. Pretty nice shirts, real good quality. That helps to support the school, whatever things we need around the school. So we're trying to get it. We're trying to get it, but that's another way you can help out. As well as we have our business, sweetambiance.com. If you'd like to help out that way, you can support our business. Fragrant oils, fragrant body oils, aromatherapeutic oils. We do bath bombs, body butters, bath salts, soaps, right? We've been in the game like 20, 30 years. We've been in the game 30 years, man. So if you'd like to support that way, that's another way you can do so. As well as any monetary donations that you want to give, you can send those through Google Wallet, okay? We have a Google Wallet as well as the Wells Fargo account. Oh, you updated the number, perfect. So we have a Wells Fargo account. They're gonna put all that information up. Any books, pens, papers, Bibles, dictionaries, apocryphers, any school supplies you want to send to Houston or any of the others of the schools, hit us up. That way we can give you an address to send things to. Again, we're not always at the school 24 hours of the day, so they'll leave a little notice, and sometimes we won't get it, and we don't want your package to get lost. We know that brothers and sisters are putting in their brick to send things to the schools. We just don't want things to get lost in the mail, or somebody come by and snag a package. So hit us up before you want to mail anything. We'll get you an address to ensure delivery. All right? We're also looking for another building, looking for a bigger building. So if you know anybody that's into commercial real estate and they got the time, we're definitely looking for a bigger building to house all the brothers and sisters that have been coming through, all these new brothers, all these new sisters. We need a bigger space. All right? Is that it for the announcements? That's it for the announcements. And again, I'm going to say this. We appreciate everybody that's been giving. We appreciate everybody that's been giving. The little, the great, it doesn't matter. We appreciate it all. All we got is us, right? That's what they say. All we got is us. So we got to take care of us. We do our part. We show up day in, day out. We got the business that helps to really push and keep everything going. And whatever brothers and sisters can contribute, we definitely appreciate it. Did it stop?
It said broadcast pause because this thing popped up. It's like advertisement. I don't know how to double tap and close it.
Hit the back button maybe. Yeah. Did it go away? Right. All right, so let's get into this class. I've been trying to do this class for a while. Again, we got a lot of brothers and sisters that come through. We've had a lot of new brothers and sisters that are coming through the schools, whether it be Virginia, whether it be San Antonio, whether it be here in Houston, as well as a lot of new brothers and sisters online. And so, I know y'all don't see a topic. I did that on purpose. I did it on purpose because I don't want to give the topic away. But once we start getting through the class, I'll have her post the title and the topic. All right. So again, this topic comes about. It has to come about every so often when you get new people, brothers and sisters. you guys come in with a certain vigor. You come in a certain mode when you hear the word. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So this topic is to make you aware of that mode that you're in. So we're going to start out in, let's go to 1 Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 1. And I want y'all to bear with me because we're going to actually read this almost the whole chapter. Yeah, he's going to read.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to read. Y'all take notes and listen. Well, I want y'all to bear with me. We're going to go through this chapter. And we're not going to break this chapter down, but we are going to start off with this chapter to really understand what this topic is about. So start at first Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 1.
God. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 1.
Go ahead.
In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Jorim.
Right, so Mattathias was a priest. Go ahead.
From Jerusalem and dwelt in Modin.
Go ahead.
And he had 5 sons.
Right, so Mattathias, a priest of the Most High, 5 sons. Go ahead.
Joanan called Cadiz, Simon called Thessi, Judas, who was called Maccabeus,
Right.
Eleazar called Avaran, and Jonathan, whose surname was Aphus.
Go ahead.
And when he saw the blasphemies,
And when he saw the what?
the blasphemies
Go ahead.
that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, "Woe is me!"
Right, because what was happening was the heathen, right, so-called white man, what was he doing? He went into Judah and Jerusalem and ripped down the altars and sacrificed swine's flesh in the temple and made the people do all sorts of abominable things. Go ahead.
Verse 7. He said, "Woe is me!"
Right, so this man Mattathias said, man, woe is me. Like, wow, I gotta sit here and watch this? Go ahead.
Wherefore was I born to see this misery of my people?
Yeah, why was I born to see this? Why do I gotta witness this, the misery of my people, the destruction of my heritage? Go ahead.
And of the holy city.
Read.
And to dwell there.
And to what?
And to dwell there.
Go ahead.
When it was delivered into the hand of the enemy.
Go ahead.
And the sanctuary into the hand of strangers.
Read.
Her temple is become as a man without glory.
Right.
Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity.
Right. This is Mattathias reflecting on the destruction of the city. Go ahead.
God. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. What nation hath not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
Right. He's like, man, what nation hasn't dipped the finger in Israel's pot? What nation hasn't stolen from Israel's cookie jar, man? What nation hasn't came through and ravished and pulled down and taken their part? And you know, you got to ask yourself that today. What nation hasn't taken part in the destruction of our people, even right now? Now, this is Mattathias, years and years and years ago, going through some of the same things that a lot of you brothers and sisters that are new go through. You sit back and you think and you wonder, like, wow, how come the Most High got us going through this? Right? Why is it that he chose me? Why did he choose me at this time to see the destruction but also the revival of my people? Why did he choose me to wake up? Go ahead, read on.
1 Maccabees chapter 2 verse 11.
Go ahead.
All her ornaments are taken away.
Right?
Of a free woman she is become a bond slave.
Yeah, man. All the things that beautified Israel have been taken. And now we're in slavery. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory is laid waste. And the Gentiles have profaned it.
So who?
The Gentiles have profaned it.
Go ahead.
To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer?
Right?
Then Mattathias and his
You see,
sons.
the mind that Mattathias was in, tell them where you at.
This is First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 14.
The mind of Mattathias was like, man, what's the point of even living? Not because life sucked, but because the conditions that they are in, that we're in now. Sometimes you sit back and you're like, man, what's the point, right? But there's something that pushes, especially when you're a new brother or sister in the truth, there's something that pushes you and keeps you going that you have to have. You have to have this to keep pushing through and pushing through the dam, man. There's no point what's the point of fighting? What's the point of doing this? We ain't winning anyway. There has to be something that's embedded in you. And it's in each and every one of us.
Yes, sir.
It's in each and every one of us, but it can diminish through time if you let it. Read on.
Verse 14.
Right?
Then Mattathias and his sons rent their clothes.
So not only was Mattathias in this mind state, I haven't told y'all what the mind state is yet, but so was his sons. They were roused up, right? They was ready. Go ahead.
And put on sackcloth.
Right.
And mourned very sore.
Right. They showed their displeasure for what was going on. Read on.
In the mean, while the king's officers, such as compelled the people to revolt,
Right. So I want y'all to really pay attention here. Go ahead.
came into the city Modin to make them sacrifice.
Right. So you know how they did it, man. They send the king's officers and they force the people to sacrifice abomination.
Yeah.
Just like how they don't send the king's officers these days, and they kind of still do, but what will they send? They'll send your local celebrity.
Yeah.
They'll send Kanye West.
Gone.
They'll send all these people that you look up to, and what do they have you do? They'll have you following that Christian mind or following the abominable things.
Gone.
Go ahead.
Verse 16. And when many of Israel came unto them,
Right.
Mattathias also and his sons came together.
Go ahead.
Then answered the king's officers and said to Mattathias
Right.
unto his wives,
Right.
Thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in this city,
Right.
and strengthened with sons and brethren.
So these kings know that. Let me go to the strong man.
Yeah.
Let me go to the guy that has influence and power.
Yeah.
Why? Because he can sway the people on my behalf.
Gone.
Right? He can sway the people. If we sway him, he can sway the people into wickedness.
Gone.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. Now therefore come thou first and fulfill the king's
Do
commandment.
what?
Fulfill the king's commandment.
Right. The king's commandment, which was not righteous.
Yeah.
The king's commandment was don't follow the Most High. Eat swine. Right? Do abominable things. Defile the temple.
Gone.
Follow the king's religion.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like as all the heathen have done.
Right?
Yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem.
Right?
So shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends.
Right. If you follow the king, you're gonna be the king's friend. See, this is how they was trying to come at this righteous man.
Yeah.
Listen, if you just follow, if you just conform, you and your house and whoever else follow, man, they're gonna be the friends of the king. Their table is gonna be bountiful. They ain't gonna want for nothing, right? But what were they trying to do? They were saying, listen, we're not gonna oppress you in a way of beating you down or anything like that, but breaking that law, what was gonna happen? Breaking the Most High's law was gonna put these men back in chains.
Yeah.
Back in shackles to the world, right?
Huh.
So they try to come one way, but they got something else up their sleeve. Read on.
And thou and thy children shall be honored
Right.
with silver and gold.
Yeah, you see, we'll give you silver and gold, but what about what the Most High is going to do to a man when he steps back and breaks that law? See, they try to water it down with carnal things, but what about a man's spirit? What shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Go ahead.
And many rewards.
Right?
Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice.
So we read all this, right? What I want y'all to do is, as new brothers and new sisters, I want you to put yourself in the place of Mattathias and in the place of his sons, where you're fighting for something. and you're on a mission to accomplish a goal, and what's happening? Something is constantly trying to deter you from that goal.
Yeah.
Something is constantly trying to diminish this characteristic that you have to have. I don't care how long you've been in the truth. I don't care if you're in the truth 5 minutes or 100 years. There's one characteristic that cannot diminish ever in a man. But for some it does, and for some it doesn't. So I want you to put your body, put your spirit in the mind of Mattathias. He's walking around watching all these abominations happening. He gets his sons. Obviously, he taught his sons, right? They mourn for the city. They hate the abomination. They hate the oppression.
Yeah.
But the king is like, no, I want you to conform to me and lead the people astray. Right? Go ahead, read on.
Verse 19. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice.
Right?
Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers,
right,
and give consent to his commandments.
Go ahead.
Yet will I.
Will I what?
Yet will I and my sons
read
and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Think about when you, as a new brother or sister, try to present the truth to a family member. And what do they say? Nah, that ain't the truth.
Yep.
No, Christ ain't black. No, you that's a cult.
It doesn't matter.
No, it don't matter. No, none of that. Yeah, that's off. That's wrong. I'm going to continue to follow Christianity, Islam, Buddhism. I'm going to be a 7-day disadvantage. I'm going to be a Jehovah's Wickedness.
Yeah.
You going to be that, you going to do that Israelite stuff. Yeah. Right? But there's something that they're trying to do to you. And if you're not aware, you'll let it happen. Read on.
Verse 21. God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinance.
Come on.
We will not.
We will what?
We will not hearken to the king's word.
And that's how some of y'all are. You're like, man, listen, I don't care what you say, Mom. I don't care what you say, Dad. I'm standing up for Yahweh. Right? I'm going to follow this truth. I'm going to die for Christ. Go ahead.
We will not hearken to the king's word.
Right? I don't care about America. I ain't voting for no Trump. I ain't voting for no president. I don't care what they say. Homosexuality is against the Bible. You fight for those things. Go ahead.
To go from our religion.
Read.
Either on the right hand or the left.
Right. I'm going to walk that straight and narrow. That's what you set your mind as.
Yeah.
That's what you set your mind as. You set your mind on that straight and narrow. You're not going to go to the water. You're not going to go over to the fire. You're just going to walk that path. Against all odds, right? Go ahead.
Now when he had left speaking these words,
right,
there came one of the Jews in the sight.
There came one of the what?
One of the Jews.
Right, go ahead. So his own brethren. Remember, Mattathias was a Jew. He was a priest. Right? So one of his own brethren, go ahead.
In the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modin.
Wait, he came to do what?
Sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modin.
So surely this Jew, this Hebrew Israelite man was about to give up a righteous sacrifice. Surely, him knowing the laws, him sitting right in front of Mattathias was like, man, let me make sure I do a righteous sacrifice. Read on.
According to the king's commandment.
Wait, according to what?
The king's commandment.
Now, again, put yourself in the stead of Mattathias. How pissed off do you get when you see brothers and sisters out in the world living according to the course of the world? How pissed off you get when you see these chicks walking around in spandex? How mad you get when you see these brothers walking around in women's pants and acting like faggots and little homos and lesbians? How upset? How much does it burn inside of you to just want to hit them with a bunch of scriptures and wisdom and understanding? Yeah. Right? It almost boils in some of us. Because what does it say? Oppression make a wise man mad, right? Go ahead, read on.
According to the king's commandment.
Right?
Verse 24. Which thing when Mattathias saw,
go ahead,
he was inflamed with zeal.
He was what?
inflamed with zeal.
He was what?
Inflamed with zeal. And his reins trembled.
Now, I told y'all to put yourselves in the mind of Mattathias, right?
God.
You know what's crazy? Some of y'all are Mattathias. That zeal, it burns in some of us. That zeal for righteousness. It's a zeal according to knowledge. It's a zeal to want to push forth the law and the righteousness of the Most High.
God.
And to do the things the right way. That zeal, man, you see certain things and it burns in you. You're like, oh my gosh. Now you can put the title up. Read that one more time.
Verse 24. Which thing when Mattathias saw,
right?
He was inflamed with zeal.
He was inflamed with what?
With zeal.
Go ahead.
And his reins trembled.
Right? He was so zealous to the point that he trembled, man.
Yeah.
His mind was like, oh no, I can't let this happen.
Yeah.
Oh no. Go ahead.
Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment.
According to what?
According to judgment.
According to emotions.
According to judgment.
According to judgment. Read on.
Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar. Verse 25.
Right.
And the king's commissioner.
Now, what was that? Verse 25?
God. Verse 24.
Yeah.
That was verse 24. Read on.
Verse 25. And the king's commissioner, who compelled men to sacrifice.
Go ahead.
He killed at that time.
So, again, you are Mattathias. Somebody goes against the law, you got the gun, you got the sword out, chopping fools up. Come one, come all. I'm ready, right?
God.
You got your armor, you got your sword, you got your helmet, you got your breastplate of righteousness, but most importantly, you got that zeal. You got that zeal for the Most High. Some of us have the zeal not according to knowledge because you don't know how to swing that sword yet. But that doesn't mean you can't get there. You got that zeal for righteousness. You got that spirit in you that says, man, I knew eating pork was wrong. Man, I knew Christ was black. I knew Yahushua was black. I knew that I wasn't just some nigga. I knew that the book was written for us. And then all that we do when you come in is let the Spirit bear witness to the Spirit, right? And help to energize and direct that zeal the right way. Because again, the scriptures say, I bear them record, they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. Some brothers' zeal is there, but you don't know how to wield and use that zeal to win people over. So that zeal is just exploding. And you look barbaric and you look wild. So you come in and we say, okay, let's take the good attribute of this zeal and let's just round it out and shape it up real nice. Read on.
God. He killed at that time.
Right.
And the altar he pulled down.
Right, so Mattathias was about that life.
Yeah.
He ripped down the altar. He slew 2 men. The king's commissioner. I mean, come on, think about the repercussions.
Yeah.
But when you go into war with your family, you don't think about the repercussions. Oh, my family's going to hate me. You're like, nah, this is what the Bible says. Thus saith the Lord, right?
God.
Read on.
Verse 26. Thus dealt he zealously.
Thus dealt he what?
Zealously.
Thus dealt he what?
Zealously.
Zealously. Read.
For the law of God. Like as Phinehas did.
Right.
Unto Zambri, the son of Solomon.
Right. Look up the word zeal. So it mentions Phineas. When you read about Phineas, another Levite, when you read in Numbers, what did he do? He did the same thing that Mattathias did. A couple of 100 years earlier. He slew a man that was laying with another nation outside of Israel. He said he thrust them both through in the tent with a javelin. Why? Because it said that he was zealous for the law of the Most High. Now, again, you new brothers and sisters, you are Mattathias. You are Mattathias and his sons. You do have that zeal. You do have that zeal for the Most High and for his law. You know that, right? Do you feel it? Who got the definition of zeal? Let's even see. What does it mean to have zeal? What is it? Read.
Someone. Go ahead.
Great energy or enthusiasm.
Great what?
Great energy or enthusiasm.
Right. So when you're out there and you're living the word and you're following the law, statutes, commandments, you rocking your fringes, you growing your beard, and somebody comes like, "Oh, you in a cult? Oh, the Old Testament is done away with." What are they trying to do?
Take you away from it. Destroy your zeal.
They're trying to diminish your zeal. With each encounter, if you don't have your armor, someone is going to diminish your zeal. Right? Whether it be a family member, whether it be some other unlearned Israelite that is disgruntled, whether it be your wife that's unlearned. Look at Job's wife. She tried to diminish his zeal for the Most High. Curse the Most High and die. He was like, "Lady, you speak as one as a foolish woman." Trying to take his zeal, right? So brothers got to be aware in here what is meant to take your zeal. Well, I'm going to tell you straight up. Satan is trying to take your zeal. Y'all know that, right? Okay. Where we at? Read Zeal. What else you got?
We got
Elijah.
great energy or enthusiasm in pursuit of a cause or an objective.
Right. So you come in with great energy and enthusiasm, and in pursuit of what?
Most High.
In pursuit of the Most High. But let's make it simple.
Okay.
Your nationality.
Yeah.
Your language.
Yeah.
Your customs.
Yeah.
Who you are. Because in the world, you didn't care to pursue anything but crack, money, chase the bag, chasing hoes, right? But now you're trying to pursue something righteous. You ever think about this? How come your family don't try to deter you when you got to chase the bag?
Yeah.
How come they don't say, "Oh, don't chase the bag today"? Yeah. But they'll tell you don't chase the Most High. Oh, they'll tell you that you're in a cult. But work is a cult. You throw on any uniform and you show up at a designated time as everybody else. That's cult activity.
That's true.
So how come they don't tell you, "Oh, don't go to work today"? See, but you got to think. What are they trying to promote and what are they trying to take away? What else you got for zeal, Jermaine?
We got actively devoted,
Right.
diligent.
Or what?
Diligent.
Right. Go ahead.
We also got just like the brother was saying, having extreme passionate energy.
Right.
For a belief or purpose.
For a what?
A belief or purpose.
Right. So the world tries to take your zeal. They try to take your energy. They try to diminish the energy that you have that you use to believe in the Most High. They try to diminish your faith. Like the scriptures say, they seek to wear down the saints of the Most High, right? So what are they wearing down? They're wearing down that zeal, that faith, that diligence, your consistency. They're wearing those things down that are in you, that you came in with, the things that you needed to push you to the next level. The world is automatically going to do that. The world is automatically going to do that. Right? That's what the world is meant to do.
Yeah.
Now we said that Satan wants your zeal, right? He wants to destroy you.
Yes.
Go to Galatians 4. Go to Galatians 4 and 18, 4:17. I'm going to read this real quick. Zeal, passionate ardor in pursuit of anything. In general, zeal is the eagerness of desire to accomplish or obtain some object. You see that? So zeal is eagerness to obtain, man. What are we trying to obtain? Salvation, the kingdom. But there's something out there that's trying to diminish that in you.
Shoot, I got a comment.
Right.
We're actively trying to obtain even just righteousness.
Right.
Trying to do the right thing. Trying to stand up for the right cause.
Right. And every time you stand up, there's something there to do what? Sit down, boy. You don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Someone there to say, "Nah, you don't know what you're talking about. No, that's wrong.
Right.
No, you don't. That's wrong to believe in. Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's always someone there to tell you that it doesn't matter, right? Now, go here real quick. Go to, hold that Galatians. wants your zeal.
Con.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, how though? How does he want the zeal? Go to 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11, because this is what brothers and sisters have to be aware of.
2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11.
Right?
Lest Satan should get an advantage of us.
Right?
For we are not
Because
ignorant.
we are not what?
Ignorant of his devices.
Right. Now, a lot of us are ignorant of Satan's devices.
Con.
A lot of us just think that Satan has one device. But Satan has many devices on how to diminish a man,
True.
on how to diminish his zeal, on how to take his first love away, on how to make him no longer consistent, on how to make him slothful.
Con.
Satan has many ways, man. And if you brothers and sisters aren't aware, what's going to happen is that you're going to be taken advantage of.
Con.
So, give me some of Satan's devices on how he snatches a man's zeal.
All right.
Come on, I want y'all to think.
So,
What are some devices that he uses?
shoot, I know for speaking from a man's perspective, it could be like, okay, a significant other can, or a woman can come in your life, right?
Right?
You know, and then start to get comfortable. You can let your guard down, get comfortable, and then you find out that, hey, you know what? I think I want to spend more time with so and so versus keeping my guard up.
Right?
You know, maybe even guiding that person, you know, the right way. It's like, okay, well, look, if so Satan will use for a man, he'll use a woman.
For a man, he'll use a woman. What else?
He'll use knowledge.
He'll use knowledge. I like that. He will use knowledge, because knowledge puffeth up.
Yes.
What else?
He'll use your senses, like subliminal messaging, stuff of that nature.
Right? What else? I want y'all to think, man. What else?
Shoot, Satan will use whatever you like that makes you comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, he'll use.
Now you talking.
He'll
Now you
use, you know,
talking.
like, okay, he'll bring up like the things of the past
Yeah.
Right?
that you enjoyed doing before you found the truth. Like, oh, you know what? Oh man, remember you used to do this, you used to do that. And
So
then-
he'll take your first love of the Bible and
Come.
put that back with your first love of weed,
Yeah.
or whoremongering, or adultery.
Yeah.
Right? He'll switch your first loves.
Yeah.
He'll take that ex and make her the first love.
Yeah.
Ooh. You bring that ex back in your life. Right?
Yeah. True.
Talking about that ecstasy. Right? Hey, some brothers was on that.
Okay.
True.
He'll bring the things that, as a new man, you try to disregard, putting off the old man. He'll bring those back into your life.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
How else? How else?
That's a good one right there.
He said, that's a good one right there. Go to Luke. Go to Luke 22 and 31.
God.
So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, because, for one, he has more than one device.
Yes, sir.
But some brothers are ignorant. Some sisters are ignorant of Satan's devices. Read Luke 22 and 31.
Luke chapter 22, verse 31.
Listen, even Yahushua had to remind Peter. Even Yahushua had to remind Peter of Satan's devices. Go ahead.
And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you.
That he may do what?
Sift you.
He may do what?
Sift you.
See, some of y'all, Satan wants to sift you. We already said that, right?
God.
Satan wants your zeal. He wants your desires to change.
Yes.
He wants your outlook to be skewed. He wants you to fall off the path. He don't want you to fight for the law. He wants you to break it. Plain and simple. Oh, wait. He got off the crack. Wait. Oh, no, we ain't having that.
Yeah.
Oh, no. He gonna send all the crackheads, all the ex-crack dealers, all the ex-weed mans.
Yeah.
You deleted all the weed men out your phone, but they hitting you up talking about they got deals.
For free.
They got 2 for $5.
Yeah.
2 for $5 is going down, right?
Yeah.
All the ex homeboys that ain't about nothing. All they did was pimp out women, adultery, get drunk, get high. They blowing your phone up.
Yeah.
Trying to reintroduce things.
Yeah.
Satan wants you.
That's true.
But I want y'all to think, man, you got to think on a deeper level than just the things you already know that are looking to separate you. Separate you from what? From your love, right? Who shall separate us from the love of Yahushua? And Paul goes through the list of things, right?
Yeah.
He said angel. He said principalities. Right? He said not death, not life. Read on.
Except you as we.
Right. Go back to Galatians 4:17. So
Galatians chapter 4, verse 17.
y'all got to think. If Satan wants to sift you, what form does he come in?
Angel of light.
Right? We know that he can transform himself into an angel of light, but is an angel of light going to appear to you right here in the school?
No.
Well, he can.
That's true.
Like you said, knowledge, right?
Yeah.
What happens? A man comes with knowledge.
Worldly knowledge.
Kazaki was hitting on it yesterday.
Yeah.
What seduced Steve?
Yep.
Knowledge is in you.
That desire to want to have that knowledge.
That desire to want to have that knowledge, right?
Fine.
Now, I'm not going to go into his class because he hit that. And he did that well.
Yeah, he ate that
I'm
up.
not going there.
He ate that up.
But this is one of the variables where you gotta think, what does that knowledge come in the form of? While you think, read Galatians.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 17.
Go ahead.
They zealously affect you.
They do what?
Zealously affect you,
Go ahead.
but not well.
Right. Now, we understand that zeal is a good thing. Or it could be a bad thing. A zeal according to knowledge is not good. This here in Galatians says that they zealously affect you. But not what?
Not well.
Go ahead.
Yea, they would exclude you,
Right?
that ye might affect them.
They might do what?
Affect them.
They said they might exclude you. Meaning they're going to separate you. Satan desires to sift you like wheat. Now, I want y'all to think. If you're Mattathias, and you're in a Mattathias mind state, and you're zealous for the law, and you're ready to, man, damn near put people to death. Right? Some brothers came in ready to put people to death under the law. I know we can't kill nobody. Just study, get your precepts up, follow the commandments, be a brother, and that'll heap coals on a man's head. If you're like Mattathias, then who's Satan?
The other brother that was trying to sacrifice.
Right. But who is he? Who is he to you?
Oh.
You know who he is? The brother sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you.
No.
I'm not saying you in particular, but what I'm saying is that
People closest to you.
the brother or sister next to you
Yeah.
is Satan.
Yeah.
Now, the choice is this. Either you could be Mattathias or you could be Satan sitting in them seats. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You have the will to choose how you're going to zealously affect someone. You have the will to choose, am I going to be the cancer or am I going to be the cure?
Yeah.
I'm going to say straight up. Yahushua picked 12 men. And what? Somebody had to be Judas.
That's true.
Somebody had to be the devil.
Yeah.
So the question is this. What you going to pick?
Con.
What you going to choose?
Con.
Who you going to be, Mattathias? Or you going to be Satan?
Mattathias.
Khan, that's the answer, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Read on.
Yea, they would exclude you, that ye might affect them.
Right, they exclude you. Now, this is the beginning stages of how Satan gets you. A brother will be sitting by you, sitting next to you, coming to class, and there's a lot of things in his head. There's a lot of demons that he's dealing with. Or he might hear something. And what does he do? Man, you hear when Mattathias said, he murmurs right in your little ear. He murmurs right in your ear. And what does he automatically do if you're not a strong-minded individual? He automatically, zealously affects you, and he pulls you towards him. You gravitate towards his mind, and towards his thinking, and towards his weakness. Read verse 18.
Verse 18. But it is good to be zealously affected always in a good thing.
Go ahead.
And not only when I am present with you.
Right, now go back to Luke 22:31. Let's read this again.
Luke chapter 22, verse 31.
So y'all with me?
God.
So the question is this. Each individual has to ask, am I Mattathias or am I Satan? Am I going to be the cancer or the cure? Read.
Luke chapter 22, verse 31.
Come on.
And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat.
Right, so are you going to be the brother that's warning against Satan, or are you going to be Satan? This is the question for each individual, especially new brothers and sisters. And as we go through the class, you're really going to understand this concept of, am I the cancer or the cure? Am I Satan or Mattathias? Am I trying to sift or am I trying to unify? Go to Matthew. Go to Matthew. Go to one of our favorites. Go to Matthew chapter 13 and 18.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 18.
Because a lot of brothers and sisters, when they come in, the majority, when they come in, you don't understand what you're walking into. You look at the person next to you and think like, oh, man, they've been here a week or two before you, and you think they actually got it. I'm going to say this straight up. If you sit next to them in the seats, they're learning just like you. They're learning just like you. So what does that mean? They got the same sicknesses that you got.
Yeah.
Now, if you're sitting here in these seats, and that's not to bash anybody or take away from any man's zeal, because if you're sitting here, you're being zealously affected for the good by the teachers, right? Trying to do what? Trying to get those spirits up off you. So if you're sitting here, you're at least saying, you know what? Wow, I'm here to work on myself. I'm here to get better. I acknowledge that I got issues. I might have pride. I might have lust. I might have this. I might have that. And I'm here to work on it. But the method of how you work on it is what counts. And who you work on it with. Read where we at, Matthews.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 18.
Right, read.
Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower.
Go ahead.
When anyone...
So this is how Satan sifts a man. We don't go through the hows. This is how he does it, man. Go ahead.
When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom.
Right.
And understandeth it not.
And what?
And understandeth it not.
So you come in these doors, you hear the words of the kingdom. The Israelites are black. The 12 tribes of Israel, so-called blacks and Hispanics. Right? Christ is black. The apostles black. Don't eat pork. Stop doing Christmas. Put down Easter. No more New Year's. I got to read and study. All these different concepts that the Bible, when you read it, they present. Christianity's false. We were something before we were slaves. All these different things that the world don't promote to you. They don't zealously affect you in these things. The world is telling you a nigga. You ain't nothing. But you get the words of the kingdom, and what happens is there's a lack of understanding on really it's what you're supposed to do with the words of the kingdom. It ain't that you don't understand that Christ is black. You don't know what to do with it. You think, oh, Christ is black, so now I get to just sit on that. Use your Bible as a booster seat, as a paperweight. Oh, Christ is black. The apostles are black. I'm going to sit on that knowledge. It's not that you don't understand that Christ is black. You don't understand your role in Christ is black. You don't understand your role in building your nation. You lack that understanding. And what happens? Read on.
Then cometh the wicked one.
Then cometh the what?
The wicked one.
Come on.
And catcheth away that which was sown in his heart.
Yeah, the wicked one comes and says, man, listen, bro. Christ is black and all that, but what's that going to do for you? And since you don't know your role, since you don't know your part in nation building, since you don't have certain elements of consistency, faith, determination, long suffering, what do? You let someone come and just jizz in your ear their foolishness. The wicked one. But remember, that wicked one is a brother or sister sitting right next to you. And how do they do it? They come with, oh, I don't like the way he said that. Oh, I don't like the way he did this. Man, you see the way he did that? Man, that ain't according to the Bible. And if you don't understand, you're going to automatically do what? Damn, let me entertain that thought. Whoa, let me let that thought take root and then overtake me.
That's true.
Because you're still young. You don't understand. You got a problem with a man, go to him. You don't understand if you need to ask questions, ask him.
Yeah.
You hold on to the negative that somebody spit to you, and you let it grow into this field of weeds, man.
Yeah.
Read on.
God. This is he which receives seed by the wayside.
Come on.
But he that received the seed.
No, go to Luke 8 and verse 11.
God.
Go to Luke 8 and verse 11.
Luke chapter 8 and verse 11. Now the parable is this.
So this is the parable if y'all didn't get it. Read.
The seed is the word of God.
Right, so that seed is the word of the Most High. Read.
Those by the wayside are they that hear.
Are they that hear? Come on.
Then cometh the devil.
Then cometh who?
The devil.
Then cometh an ignorant Israelite man or woman with a beard, with fringes. But what else do they have? They got a bunch of sicknesses just like you. And what do? They come along and they uproot through murmuring, through backbiting, through contention, through misunderstanding. They uproot what was supposedly supposed to be sown in you. Go ahead.
And taketh away the word out of their hearts.
Go ahead.
Lest they should believe.
Lest they should what?
Believe.
Satan doesn't want you to what?
Believe.
Read.
And be saved.
See, because that was the reason why you were here. But you didn't get that. You didn't understand that you were supposed to be here in faith to salvation. So your faith lacked. Now, that's part of how it happens. That's part of how it happens. That's part of how you let Satan or a weak brother or sister infiltrate your mind. Because your lack of understanding of your role, your lack of understanding that you were supposed to come in, get the word, and use it. You were supposed to become like what? The man next to you? Or the men in front of you? The men in front of you. You were supposed to be like the officers, the soldiers that are in front of you. You weren't supposed to adapt the sicknesses of the man or the woman next to you.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. Now, it happens for a few reasons. One reason is because you're here for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
A lot of brothers and sisters come into the truth for the wrong reason. You come in because you think, oh, I just want to congregate. Nigga, we ain't here to congregate. We ain't here for boys club. We're not here for prayer meeting. We're not here, we're not a clique, a crew. We're not a cult. We're none of that. We are brothers and sisters in Christ fighting for change, fighting for the kingdom, fighting for salvation. Read that one more time.
God, Luke chapter 8 verse 11.
Right?
Now the parable is this.
Read.
The seed is the word of God.
Come on.
Those by the wayside are they that hear.
Right?
Then cometh the devil.
To do what?
And taketh away the word out of their hearts.
Read.
Lest they should believe.
Lest they should what?
Believe.
No, be in a clique.
Believe.
No, be in a cult.
Believe.
No, just congregate.
believe,
See, we're not here for that. We're here to believe in the word
and be
and
saved.
be saved in the word. That's it. Now, yes, there is unity. There is a thing called unity, right?
Time.
The Bible does say gather together. O nation not desired. Forsake ye not the assembling. But there's a different mind state of unity and just, I'm here to congregate. You know why? Because most men are only here to congregate when it's good for them. I'm just here to congregate with brothers. Okay, but when we need you to unify, when we say, okay, Akim, it's time for flyers. Oh, damn, well, I got to go congregate somewhere else. Hey, Akim, it's time for street speaking. Oh, I got to go congregate. Oh, damn, wait a minute. Y'all had us here for Sabbath flyers all the way for 8 hours. Now we got to go street speak? Oh, no, I ain't about that. Nope. I don't know about that. That's too much congregating for me. I did my assembling together for the day, for the week. I haven't assembled this much in life. So it shows what? You're here for the wrong reasoning. You're not here for the right reasons, man. So it's easy for Satan to come in and say, you know what? Whisper in your ear, and you're gone. You're gone by the wayside because you weren't here for a purpose. Read 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. Because there's reasonings why a man gets sifted by Satan.
Yes, sir.
There's reasons why a man gets sifted by Satan. You don't understand your purpose. You come in for the wrong reason. You think it's the Boys and Girls Club. This ain't the Boys and Girls Club, man. This is grown-ass men trying to get their lives together. This is grown-ass women trying to get their lives together, dealing with real problems. Real psychological, real mental, real spiritual issues. But some of y'all think, oh, I'm just here to kick it. I ain't got nothing to do on a Friday, so I'm gonna just go see what the brothers is talking about. You don't need to be here. Oh man, Wednesday, they sent me home from work early today, so man, let me go see what these niggas is talking about today. You don't need to be here. Because that zeal that's supposed to be in you to propel you past Satan, it's not in you. So you don't get took it anyway. It says you are the one by the way, seed sown by the wayside. You are already a castaway.
Yeah.
Whew. Read.
2 Thessalonians
Whew.
chapter 2 and verse 8.
Come on.
And then shall that wicked be revealed.
Wait, what's going to happen?
Then shall that wicked be revealed.
Yeah, I mean, that wickedness, that wicked intention is going to be revealed. How? Go ahead.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Right, because now when it's, hey, listen, we need you for a purpose. Hey, this is the purpose. Hey, this is what we do. It starts to reveal things in a man like, oh no, I'm not here for that purpose. I'm here for women, right? Them Hebrew Israelite women are trained to be subservient. So I'm gonna peel in and see who I can rip down real quick. How many can I grab up? How many women can I get with the Bible? Go ahead.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Come on.
Even him.
Even what?
Even him.
Even what?
Even him.
Yeah, even him that came with the wrong intention. Who's what?
Who's coming as after the workings of Satan.
Woo. So you get took because you came in Satan's place. You get sifted because you're just going back to who controls you. Anyway, that's one variable. Read on.
With all power and signs and lying wonders.
And what?
And lying wonders.
Right. All that little whispering in your ear. You get taken by the lies and by the signs. A brother comes in and he can speak all the Yiddish Hebrew in the world, and he can tell you about all the different Talmuds and Babylonian Talmud and this Talmud and that. And you're like, oh my God, I never heard this before. Next thing you know, what you doing? You on his line. Getting sifted by him. Because you didn't come to get the basics. You didn't come to hear Matthew 5:13. If a man ought to be a teacher, he might need someone to teach him. You don't want to hear that. Like, teach me again. Nah, nigga, I'm good. I want to hear the exoteric knowledge. Like Kazak was going, I want to hear the dark sayings. I want to be in the quasars. But you're supposed to be here for the basics. So Satan is going to reveal that in you. You know what he's going to do? Son of man, right in. That's going to hit you with all that extraterrestrial knowledge. And you're going to run right behind him like a little puppy. Oh my God, I like that. Because these brothers, what Kazak say, they ain't deep enough.
Yeah, they ain't deep enough.
They ain't deep enough, right? But this brother's deep.
Yeah.
So you gone with the wind with him.
Yeah.
Tossed every wind of doctrine. Read on.
Verse 10. And with all deceivableness.
And with all what?
Deceivableness.
See, you get deceived. Read.
Of unrighteousness in them that perish. Because they receive not the love of the truth.
Right, because you weren't here for the love of the truth. You weren't here for real brotherhood, for real unity. You weren't here for change. You were here to congregate. You were here because it was just a time for you to meet up and kill time. You weren't here to put off the old man and put on the new. So you get exposed, man. Satan will send somebody right in that, guess what, thinks just like you. I need deep knowledge. He'll send in a woman. Boom, you be, oh my God, my new rib. And guess what? She ain't here for no damn wisdom. She's here doing the same thing you're doing. Spying out, who can I marry? Who can I get with? Oh, he looks gullible. And you looking back at her, oh my God. Y'all both got the hard eyes. Your eyes link up. And next thing you know, 2 weeks later, y'all are both gone. Y'all are both gone because that's what you came for. That's what she came for.
Yeah.
Read on.
That they might be saved.
That they might be what?
Saved.
Go ahead, verse 11.
Verse 11. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusions.
Here it is. The Most High sends those strong delusions in the form of what? A brother and a sister. He sends you strong delusions. You get delusional. You see your next potential rib, you start falling in love in 5 minutes. You get delusional. You forget all the wisdom and scriptures because why? That's my new rib. Right? That's my new husband. Or this brother got knowledge. Or this brother, man, he wants to start his own camp and he's going to make me a general. What? But he just got the truth two hours ago. How the hell? But you laughing, but brothers get pulled just like that. Like, yeah, if you come with me, I'll make you an officer of 2 million. First of all, that's not biblical. That's one. And then, 2, he's been in the truth a week and you've been in the truth too. So he's the general and you're the officer? Where's the training? Where's the obedience? Where's the tutors and governors at? Because why? You didn't come in for that. You came in for rank, position. You came in for vainglory. Read.
That they should believe a lie.
And they lie to you. They lie to you. They give you these, they hit you with these delusional ideas, these delusions of grandeur. Yeah. Ariel likes to say delusions of ganja, because that's what it is. You might as well be high. Yeah. Thinking like, oh yeah, he's gonna make me an officer of 1,000, but I've only been in the truth 2 weeks. Or he's going to do this, or he say he's going to do that. The Most High will let that man come in and take you right out. Or he'll let that man sitting next to you test your patience. Test what type of level of charity you have. I've seen brothers get took out because their charity wasn't on point. Because it was time for them to be charitable, because that's part of being saved, right? That's part of putting off the old man, putting on the new is, I got to put on the new man of charity and hospitality. I've seen men come into the truth for the purpose of testing one man and his charity and his long suffering. And he didn't want to exercise the two, and guess what? They were both gone. They were both gone. Not here for the right reasons. Read on.
That they all might be damned.
Right?
Who believe not the truth.
Read on.
But had pleasure in unrighteousness.
1 Timothy 4 and verse 1.
1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
Some shall do what?
Depart from the faith.
Right, so the things that are sown in you, the faith that you were supposed to have, you depart. Why? Read.
From the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits.
Yeah. Now, where do those seducing spirits come from? Well, we said it. They're sitting right next to you, man. They're sitting right next to you. day in and day out, when you come to class and you see that new brother, you see that new sister, beware. They're there to seduce you. If you don't understand the wiles of the devil, I'm gonna show y'all how, because you're wondering like, man, wait a minute, I'm new, am I wicked? No, you're not wicked because you're new. No, you're not Satan because you're new. And no, because you're new, you're gonna automatically fall by the wayside. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: if you're not aware of who you're dealing with and a man's hang-ups and spiritual deficiencies, he will pull you out. And you will be the cause. We'll get to it. Go to Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 32.
God,
So
Proverbs.
you watch the wrong example. And that's what a lot of young brothers do. Young brothers come in and do what? You look at the one that's sitting right next to you. You look at your peers, right? Like, think about it. When you were in school, all the way up to high school, did anybody say, oh, I want to be like the teacher? Nah. You were like, I want to be like the class clown. I want to be like the kid that's not here. I want to be like the one that just don't even do their work and nobody cares. You didn't want to be like the example, right? Nobody wanted to be the teacher in school. You wanted to be just like the one you were sitting next to. So if they was tossing spitballs, what did you do? Oh, snap. Right? If they was cutting class, you was like, damn, they cutting class. Oh, yeah, I'm cutting class too. You follow all the wrong examples. And that's what y'all got to be aware of. The examples that you follow. Now, if a man is sitting next to you in them chairs, why would you follow his example of negative? If a sister's new, why would you follow her example of negative? Now, we all got positive in us, new or old, right? But how come nobody follows the example of the old? The old positive. You got elder sisters that are here, and everybody wants to cling, all the new sisters want to cling up to each other, like y'all gonna help each other. You want to follow the example. You want to, oh, let me get her number. Oh, what's your email, number, Snapchat, this, that. Why? How does that help? Proverbs 132.
Chapter 1, verse 32. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them.
Of the what?
The turning away of the simple shall slay them.
Right, because you look at a man come and go. You look at a man put his hand to the plow. This happens to brothers a lot. You hear, you fight, your zeal is on 150 billion thousand. Right? What do you say? Swagger on 100,000 million? Your zeal is on 100,000 million. And you fight it next to a brother, fighting spiritual battle. And what does that man do? He removes his hand from the fight. He takes his hand from the plow. And you still sitting here like, no, fight with me, fight with me, fight with me, fight with me, fight with me. And then guess what happens to your fight? You start to lose your battles. You start to diminish. Not because you can't fight, but you get to see this nigga sit back and be lazy. You get to sit back and watch him, day in and day out. He just throws his feet, oh yeah, just Netflixing and chilling, huh? Why, you gotta get up early in the morning, be around brothers, get corrected, get told what not to do, brother get in order, brother read this, study this, that. You gotta do all these things to do what? Be saved. And you just get to watch a brother not do nothing. That diminishes a man's spirit. But the question is this: should that deter a man's zeal? Because your zeal should be determined on you and the Most High, right? Your belief. But read it one more time.
Verse 32. For the turning away of the simple shall.
When a man that turns away from the plow, he's simple as hell. He's a simple-minded man. So why would you let a simple-minded man affect you and your zeal for the Most High in Christ? The Bible says in Colossians 3:23, we talked about it yesterday. Whatsoever you do, do it what? Wholeheartedly unto the Most High. But it's like brothers be here doing things for men. So when a man gets weak, does that mean you get weak? Man, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. God forbid. Come on, man. anything, you're supposed to lock in more to do what?
Go into
Pull him up
Con.
to be his strength.
Yeah.
The strong must bear the infirmities of the weak.
Con.
Who's going to be strong? Again, who's going to be Mattathias and who's going to be Satan?
Con.
That's the question you got to ask yourself. Am I going to let a simple-minded man that turned away slay me?
Lie.
Oh, bro, I'd be damned.
Yeah, God forbid.
God forbid. Read on.
And the prosperity of fools.
And then you watch the prosperity of a fool. What did David say? I almost slipped and lost my step when I seen the prosperity of the fools. So, even one of the mightiest men of Israel,
Yeah.
damn near, oh my God, wait a minute. He's got a little slip of the mind. But he had to check himself and say, hell no, I got to stand for righteousness. I got to stand on my zeal.
Con.
I got to stand on my square no matter what. I'm not going to let no weak nigga pull me down.
Con.
I'm not going to let weakness and simplicity and lack of faith and lack of judgment and lack of diligence and lack of care pull my faith and my care and determine who I am. But a lot of men and women do. A lot of us do. A lot of us do, and you really got to check yourself on that.
True.
Again, why does it happen? It starts because you're here for the wrong reason. Ecclesiastes 13:15. Read Ecclesiastes 13 and verse 15.
God, Ecclesiastes chapter 13 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
Every beast loveth his like.
Now, again, you got to check yourself. It happens to a lot of brothers and sisters because you want it to happen. You want to be pulled away. You want to be pulled away to the sloth. You want to be zealously affected for the negative. You want the excuse on why not to. A lot of y'all brothers and sisters look for the excuse like, well, he's doing it. Why? Well, how come I can't do it like what he's doing? He ain't fighting.
That's true.
So I ain't gonna fight. Why? Because it's naturally bred in us to do what?
Every beast loveth his like.
Because every beast loves his like. You lazy, you don't want somebody lazy around you. You zealous, you don't want somebody zealous around you.
Con.
You slothful, you don't cling to somebody slothful. Go ahead.
And every man loveth his neighbor.
And read on.
All flesh consorted according to kind.
Read.
And a man will cleave to his
A
like.
man will do what?
Cleave to his
The
like.
Bible tells you a man will cleave to his like. So if you like weakness, guess what? You're going to cleave to it. If you like slothfulness, you're going to cleave to it. You like faithlessness, you're going to cling to that. You like negative examples, you're going to cling to that. If you like Satan, and when he comes around, you know what you're going to do? Hey, Satan, how you doing? Let's make a partnership. You're going to cling to Satan. You got to be aware of what's going on. You got to be aware of Satan's devices. So what is it showing you on two fronts? You got to check you and your intentions, man. I can't tell you what your intentions are. Your intentions are. Your intentions are. Your intentions. Your intentions. I can only sit back and say, okay, let's watch this brother or sister move around. Wait a minute. They spit negative? Wait a minute. He tossing his demons? Wait a minute. Hold on. What's going on here? Why they linking up? What they gonna do? Well, he got a lot of problems. How come he don't go to the brothers that can help? Oh, he ain't here for help. How come he follows the bad example? We listen, we go through this cycle every year of new brothers and sisters, and we always got to do something like this to clean house and to show brothers. We had sisters, man, what? There was a couple of sisters 4 years ago. The two most ratchet sisters that didn't need to link up, that linked up and just tried to cause havoc. Talking about people, talking about this person's household, that person's household. The whole time they're supposed to be here trying to get their spirit right. What are they doing? Tattletelling and busybodies. And when it was time for them to, hey, let's go work out your issues, there's elder sisters, like 8 of them, go deal with them. Oh no, I don't want to deal with them, they're mean. No, they're not mean. They just told you the things that you needed to hear that you didn't want to hear. They came to you with you know how the scriptures say you got to be grave with that gravity and brought your big head self down.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want that. So you cling to your like. So if you're prideful, you're going to cling to pride. If you're rebellious, you're going to cling to rebellion. From there, read on.
Verse 17.
Right?
What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
Well, they have no fellowship because a wolf is going to eat a lamb. A wolf is going to take a lamb out the flock. Just like Satan wants to sift you, that wolf is going to sift that sheep and devour it. Read on.
So the sinner with the godly.
So the sinner with the godly. Now, there is a variable in here. What does the sinner have to do with the godly? Well, we're all sinners, right? And we're all trying to be what? We're all trying to move to that godly stage. So the sinner does have something to do with the godly. If a man recognizes that he's a sinner, he goes to the godly to do what?
Be healed.
To be what?
Healed.
To be what?
Healed.
To be healed. That's what a sinner does. So they do have something to do with each other. But that's not how it works. Go to Mark. Go to Mark 3:23. This is what happens. The sinner don't go to the godly. Like it says in James 5, who amongst you is sick, let him call for the what?
Elders.
Let him call for the elders.
Fervent prayer.
Who amongst you is sick, right? Matter of fact, hold where you at. Let's go there real quick. Go to James 5. It's actually verse, 13? I believe, or 14? Let's go there real quick. James 5.
Verse 14.
Right?
James chapter 5 and verse 14.
Come on.
Is any sick among you?
Is any what?
Sick among you.
Well, yeah, we're all sick. But some sicker than others. And if you're brand new in the truth, if you're under 5 years in the truth, you got sicknesses. If you're under 3 years in the truth, you got sicknesses. If you're 1 year, man, come on, you got so much sickness, and you're really only beginning to understand that you're sick. So the question is, it's almost like a moot point. Yes, they're sick among us.
Yeah.
Do you recognize that you're sick? That's the question. See, here they recognize that there was sickness, but a lot of brothers don't recognize that they're sick. You don't recognize that your mommy issues, your daddy issues, your abandonment issues, your pride issues. You don't realize that those are sicknesses. So it says, what?
Is any among you sick?
Right? So you're like, oh no, I'm good. I'm not sick, but I took care of my daddy issues. I smoked a pound, I got a 40, and I had some sex. I'm good. My abandonment issues that happened 20 years ago. I'm fine. Every time you get into a relationship, you just cling on. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Because your abandonment issues didn't go away. Or whatever issues you had in the past, they're not gone because you smoked. They're not gone because you sat in front of some psychiatrist. They're not gone because you just talked about it. You need real spiritual healing. Is any among you sick? Let him do what?
Call for the elders of the church.
No, the brother next to him.
Call for the elders of the church.
No, the same sick sister next to her.
Call for the elders of the church.
No, get the phone number of the sister that just got here a week ago.
Call for the elders of the church.
No, invite the brother that you don't even barely know to your house so y'all can just kick it.
Call for the elders of the church.
The Bible says call for the elders of the church. How many want to do that? This is how you know a man's or a woman's intention of being in the truth. Because you're going to go to the healer. When you go to the doctor, when you walk into the emergency, do you say, hey, man, I'm dealing with this sickness. Bring me a doctor or bring me somebody sick just like me to heal me? What do? You go to the ER. You go to urgent care. Do you walk into urgent care like, yo, I got a stomach cramp. Send me somebody that's sick so they can heal me? Or do you say, give me the doctor? So how come brothers and sisters don't do that with their spirit? How come you don't do it with your spirit is what I'm trying to figure out. You'll do it with the carnal. You'll break your arm and you'll run, doctor, doctor. Right? You don't run in talking about patient, patient. But how can you do it when you got spiritual ailment? Why do we do that? You come, you sit down, and you have spiritual defect. We all do. And we're all working. But instead of saying, you know what, let me look at the right example in front of me, you're like, oh man, look, this dude right here, he agrees with my spirit. I like him. He's lazy, slothful, prideful, rebellious. He don't show up half the time. I'm going to cling to him. Hey, my new buddy. Hey, what's up, buddy? Right? And then it's like, let's trade demons. I'm going to vomit on you. You're going to vomit on me. And so I came in with pride and rebellion, but now I got stubbornness. Now I got hatred. Now I got pride, lust, a little bit of whoremongering spirit done leaked off on me. Like that, how'd I get worse coming into the truth? Well, because you came for the wrong reason. You didn't come to get healed. You came to toss your sicknesses around. Now, again, can I tell a man's intention or a woman's intention off the bat just walking in? Nah, but I can watch how you move. I can see who you associate with. It says a man shall cleave to his like. Right? Birds of a feather flock together. Guilty by association. Right? All these things where they're not all positives. But again, you don't go to the doctor, you don't go to the ER and ask for a patient to heal you. It said call for the elders. You go to the priests. You go to the ones that actually have the spiritual medicine to help. Read on.
God, verse 15. Well,
Wait,
verse
no,
14.
hold that. Go to Mark 3:23.
Mark chapter 3, verse 23.
Why don't you go to the sick? Why don't you go to the sick brother and sister next to you? Well, we know they can't help you. They can't fix you because they're sick just like you. But let's see what the Bible says.
Mark chapter 3 and verse 23.
Because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got it wrong and I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's see what Yahushua said.
Verse 23. And he called them unto him.
Right?
And said unto them in parables.
Come on.
How can Satan cast out Satan?
How can Satan cast out Satan, man? If Satan is sitting right next to you and you got demons on you, how is the person next to you going to help you? He can't. How is you linking up with the weak example, the weak sister that don't give a damn about her family, her husband, the truth? She just here tagging along. She just here for the ride, riding the coattails. It's only a matter of time before she's gone, and you see that, like, oh, that's the way you do that? Oh, okay, let me click up with her. Oh, that brother's on autopilot. Oh, that's how you do that. That's how you get by in the truth, under the radar. Oh, okay, let me link up with him. How is Satan going to cast out Satan? He can't. How does the sick cast out sickness? You can't. All you do is trade sicknesses. This is what y'all got to realize. I'm going to say this, and this is for brothers and sisters in here and online, because a lot of y'all hit us up too. If you a new brother or sister in here, I'm going to deal with the brothers first. If you a new brother in here, and I'm going to say this. We got 3 officers here. We got Labarab, we got Shatat, we got Zionala. If you got the number of a brother sitting next to you, you ain't got those 3 numbers, then guess what? You're here for the wrong reason. And you need to delete the brother's number that you're sitting next to. Delete his email. Delete his Facebook chat. Delete all that. Am I saying not be brotherly? No. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is watch out for Satan's devices. Because that brother that's not here for the right intention, guess what he's going to do? He's going to have demons on him one day. He's going to hit you up. It starts just like this. Shalom, up. Hey, shalom, brother. How you been? Oh, man, I'm Tawab. Oh, yeah, me too. I'm Tawab too. What you got going on? Oh, man, I'm just over here chilling, man. What you doing? Oh, I'm just chilling. Nothing. Day off. Man, we should meet up. Oh, okay. Then you meet up, and next thing you know, you get into all types of folly. Next thing you get into all types of foolishness. Because how can Satan cast out Satan? Who's going to be there to guide those two young minds? When it's time to make spiritual decisions and discernment that the young brothers and sisters don't got, who's going to be the voice of reason that says, no, don't do that. No, don't go to the strip club. No, don't roll up the blunt. No, don't fall into your old man. Who's going to be there for y'all? Who's going to be there for y'all? Well, nah, y'all excluded us. We don't know about y'all kicking it.
Yeah.
We don't know about y'all kicking it. Or what about the man that has pride and lust issues? And then you link up with the man that got pride and lust issues, but you didn't know. And then he starts hitting you with all his demons. You fighting, day in, day out. You here. And you link up with the wrong man. And guess what he does? He bleeds. He bleeds off. I know y'all don't think it's real.
That's real.
Go to Revelations.
Can I drop a testimony?
Go to Revelations. Yeah, I'll let you, but go to Revelations.
Con.
No. Go to Revelations first.
Okay.
I want Revelations chapter. Come on, like, right? You know what I want. Revelation chapter 16 and verse 13. I know y'all don't think it's real. Like, how can his demon come off on me? Oh, I've seen it right here in class. Then pride hop from one man to another. Because you watched the wrong example. You watch a nigga combat the priest, and the next thing you know, I can combat the priest too. I've seen it right here before my eyes. A demon jump from a brother to a sister. All in seconds. I'm like, damn, you niggas got demons. But the Bible tells us, read it, Revelation 16:13.
Revelation chapter 16, verse 13.
Come on.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits.
Right?
Like frogs.
Wait, 3 what?
Unclean spirits. Like frogs.
They were like what?
Frogs.
Like what?
Frogs.
Now what do frogs do, ladies and gentlemen?
Hop.
They hop around, man. These unclean demons hop around from brother to brother, sister to sister. So if it's mommy issues, guess what? That might hop onto the next man. He might already have that and been fighting. But then your demon hopped right back on him. What did you just do? You just killed your brother.
Yeah.
Whew. Y'all don't look at how deep it is.
Yeah.
Y'all don't look at how deep the concept of being your brother's keeper is. You're not supposed to be your brother's downfall. His keeper. Read.
Like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Right. Unclean spirits, man, they hop. Just like positivity and unity and brotherhood, just like that, those spirits jump around. And 1 minute you'll be inspired to gather, and you'll be inspired to be down and die for Yahushua and more than yourself. The same way that happens is the same way these unclean spirits jump. But for some reason, there's more unclean spirits than good spirits. That's how it seems, right? Because why? No one is going to the priest to get healed. No one is going to the elder sisters to get healed. No one is going to the ones that have the medicine. You're like, no, I just want to stay sick. So let's trade sicknesses. Let's multiply our demons like Goonies. That's what they do. It's like, damn, triple the demons. Now the demons are just hopping out. What the hell? Like, why we got so much confusion? Why we got so much discord? Why we got so much contentment? Well, because you multiply your demons through negative. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say
I want to testify.
When I first came to the camp,
right?
And of course I learned smoking weed was bad, was wrong, and I had a weed smoking problem, so I was trying to stop. But I took two bros home that were young as well that were here before I came, right?
Right.
So when I took them home, I'm fighting the weed spirit, but they're like, oh yeah, we finna go smoke. You wanna smoke? I'm like, oh crap.
Right, they're trying to put that demon back on you.
Yeah, but I ended up smoking with them. It was smoking one time with them, right?
Yeah.
See that?
But then it happened again. There was another brother that was here. I ended up taking him home. We took him home. He had a studio in his house and all that. We kicking it, listening to music.
Next thing you know, he comes out with the blunt. You like, what the? I didn't ask for this.
It was a trap house.
Yeah, I didn't.
Uncle comes in.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like.
But you see that? The life that he tried to escape by hanging out with an unlearned, weak brother that's not here for the right reasons. he ushers them right back into that life unknowingly
All
or knowingly.
All three of those bros are not here anymore too.
Oh yeah, because they weren't. They were here to. They were here because Satan desired to sift him, but he fought and he recognized. You see that? Go to Romans 12:21.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 21.
Oh yeah, y'all getting all this. Read
Romans chapter 12 and verse 21.
21.
God, slack it. Romans 12 and 21.
Come on.
Be not overcome of evil,
Right?
but overcome evil with good.
But how do you do that if it's nothing but evil between and negative between the young men? How do you overcome evil if you don't go to the good? Y'all gotta understand this concept, man.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta understand what the Bible is saying. You have to go to the good to overcome it. If the good is not all the way in you to fight and overtake the bad, you gotta go to the good source. You gotta go to the place that's gonna keep your zeal going. That's gonna motivate you and steer you in the right direction. Don't go to the evil. Why? Go to Proverbs 27:17.
Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17.
Right?
Iron sharpeneth iron. So a man sharpeneth the countenance.
But a lot of brothers ain't sharp. Because you're not going to the iron to be sharpened. You ever see them sharpen a knife? Ting, 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 right?
Yeah.
Are they using paper to sharpen a knife?
Nah.
Are they using wood to sharpen a knife?
Nah.
They're either sharpening a knife with a stone or with some other harder metal. Right? You're not using something weaker to sharpen the knife. If anything, when you try to cut a knife through dirt, what does it do to the knife? Who knows?
It cracks it like it like.
No, it dulls the knife.
Yeah, I know.
Dirt dulls a knife.
Yeah, sure.
So if you try to deal with a brother that's, pardon my analogy, but if you deal with a brother that's dirt, and he's not that built up metal, that iron, you're gonna cut right through him, but you're gonna dull your blade. You're dulling your countenance, man.
That's true.
A lot of brothers get dulled down, but what is it that's being dulled?
Your zeal.
Your what?
Your zeal.
That's zeal for the Most High. That's zeal for your people. That's zeal for knowledge. That's zeal for truth. That's getting dulled down, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you become just like them. 1 Corinthians 12:31.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 31.
Right?
But covet earnestly.
But do what?
Covet earnestly.
Come on.
The best gifts.
No, wait. Hold on, man. So, what does that mean? Covet earnestly the best gifts. That means you got to be looking at the right examples. You got to look at the right examples, and that means that each man has to know right from wrong. Your senses have to be exercised, but what if they're not? What if your senses aren't exercising and discerning good from evil?
You'll accept everything.
You say it again?
You'll accept everything.
You will accept everything. So what does that mean that you should accept?
You should accept the good.
Well, you should accept the examples that are in front of you as far as the teachings. It's like if I walk into this door right now being a new brother. Okay, forget about this door. You walk into a job. Again, you need to learn your job. Are you going to go to the trainer or are you going to go to the employee that don't give a damn?
Trainer.
I'm looking at the trainer, man. I'm looking at the cat that got the info. When I first got the truth, you know, I was looking at Kazakia. I was looking at the brothers that when they walked in full garment and everybody stood up like, oh my God, why is everybody standing? Damn, these cats is powerful. I'm looking at them. And mind you, boom, standing up. Saluting them when they came in. Everybody's Yashabian, boom. I'm like, damn, who the hell are these cats? What the? And then they're talking. I'm like, oh wow, these cats know something. I'm not looking at the brother next to me. I'm still writing my notes and trying to listen to the teacher. I don't give a damn what. I didn't care what was going on next to me. The person next to me wasn't my example. On this side, behind me, it was the brothers in front of me. It was the officers and generals in front of me that were my listen. I have an older brother that brought me into the truth, and I didn't even look at him. I'm like, well, you do you, I'm gonna do me. I'm looking at these brothers because they got the garments, they got the books, they got the knowledge. So why would I look at anything else? This is how y'all gotta set y'all's minds, man. You gotta covet earnestly the best gifts, but you gotta understand what the best gifts are. And if you don't understand, at least look at the leaderships, the ones that the Most High put in place to keep things pushing forward. You had your hand up.
Yes. Okay, so I got a definition for earnestly.
Right? What you got?
It says serious, sincere, having qualities of depth, firmness. Then it also says implies having purpose.
It implies having what?
Purpose.
You see that? Because a man should know his purpose. What else?
And being steadily and soberly, eagerly pursuing it.
Don't that sound like zeal?
Woo!
Yeah. Don't that sound like zeal?
Yeah.
So you're supposed to zealously covet the best gifts. Right? Go to Psalms 1:1. So how do we prevent Satan? How do we prevent Satan from sifting us through weak brothers and weak sisters? How does each one of you prevent yourself from being Judas, from being Satan? This is how. Psalms 1:1.
Psalms chapter 1:1. Psalms chapter 1, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly.
There it is. You got to know who's godly and ungodly around you. You got to sit back and watch how a person moves. Listen to what they're talking about, yes. But you got to separate yourself from that. What does it say? Read it one more time.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly.
You know what's going to be blessed? Your faith. What's going to be blessed is your walk, your diligence. The Most High will bless you and root you in this word. Go ahead.
Nor standeth in the way of sinners.
Read.
Nor sitteth in the seat.
Nor what?
Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
Yeah, man. The Most High is telling you, man, back away from those type of people. You hear a brother coming with negative. You hear a sister trying to offload her demons onto you. You got to ask yourself, why me? When a brother comes to you that's just as sick as you and wants to offload his negative onto you, do you ever ask yourself, why? Why? Why me? Why are you coming to me with this? See, I can't ask why me because I can deal with it. There's nothing really that a brother can come to me with and I'm like, haven't heard that before. Or a sister come to me with, oh, haven't heard that before. It's not going to weaken me. But that's how the weaker brothers, the new sisters, that's how they fall. You fall because somebody presents you with their way of thinking or their lack of thinking, and you're like, wow, I don't know how to discern my thoughts on this. And what does it do? It plays on your conscience. It weakens you. It throws misconceptions in your head. It gives you an evil suspicion and outlook. And next thing you know, you start to shrink. Wow, man, the weight of the world is on my shoulders. No, it ain't. Somebody just put demons on you. As simple as that. Someone's demon hopped off them onto you. Now, who are you going to give that demon to? Go to the elders. Ecclesiastes 4:22. This is how you prevent this, man. This is how you prevent sickness from bouncing from brother to brother, sister to sister. This is how you prevent Satan from taking a hold of you. Ecclesiastes 4:22.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 22.
Come on.
Accept no person against thy soul.
So you got to know, why is this person coming? Are they coming against the spirit of the Most High in Christ that's in me? Because they'll show themselves. They'll show their cards. Because then if you're examining yourself, if you're conscious of good and evil, if you know what's in you, you'll say, wait a minute, they come to me and talking about smoking weed, but I'm fighting the weed demon. Wait, let me run from that. Wait a minute, they come to me talking about getting all these hoes, and I got a lust demon. Wait, let me run from that. Wait a minute, this brother's prideful as hell. I know I got a little bit of pride in me. Whoa, let me not associate with that. It says, accept no person against thy soul. Read.
And let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall.
That's what happens, man. You reverence the man next to you so much. The Bible says reverence the priest. When you got so much respect for the brother next to you, the sister next to you, only because they're next to you. Not understanding what they're battling and dealing with. They cause you to fall, man. Jump down to verse 27.
Verse 27. Make not thyself an underling to a foolish man.
It says, make not thyself an underling to a fool. What is an underling?
Somebody below them.
It's a student.
Yeah.
It's telling you, don't make yourself a student to a dummy.
Yeah.
Again, how can Satan cast out Satan? If it's like, how am I gonna make myself a student to a student? Yeah. Does that make sense? What will I learn?
Yeah,
You're only gonna go as far as what that student has. Make yourself an underling to the teachers, to the elders, to the ones that have experience, that have the wisdom, that have, most importantly, the Bible to give you. Listen, man, there's been situations where a sister will go to a sister, and next thing you know, man, she done fell off and slept with the wrong man. Oh yeah, you slept with him before, so it's all good. He's still your husband. But how? When you had 3 niggas after him. So in your mind, you're like, oh yeah, he's still my husband, and you sleep with him, and then you regret it. Or you made some mistake. You've had sisters that given that advice, young sisters, giving that advice to another young sister. And what does she do? Cause that sister to fall. Put that sin on that sister. Put that mark in her spirit. That sister that gave that garbage wisdom, you're accountable. But then guess what? You're accountable for listening to the foolishness. Because the scriptures say, make not yourself an underling to a fool. So if a nigga is like, hey, well, let's smoke this blunt. And you know the Bible is like, well, nah, the brother said that just today in class, they did a class about smoking weed. If you smoke that weed, you're an idiot. You're an idiot because you fell to a fool. Read on.
Verse 28. Strive for the truth.
That's it. Go to Proverbs 13:20. Proverbs 13:20.
God. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 20.
Come on.
He that walketh with wise men shall be wise.
Yeah, man. He that walketh with the doctors is going to get healed. If you think about every person that Yahushua came encounter with that was sick. Did they not walk away healed?
Yeah.
Did they not walk away whole? That's why they kept coming to him. That's why they kept coming to him. They were like, wait a minute. I know my purpose. I'm trying to get this hand fixed, bro. I'm trying to take up my bed again. I'm trying to get this blood, this sickness of blood away from me. When a woman grabbed on Yahushua's skirt of his garment and she was healed, how come she didn't grab onto the skirt or the garment of the chick next to her? Or just some random brother in the street? Why did she grab Christ's garment? Because he was the example. She knew that she was going to get saved and fixed by him. He had the wisdom. He had the experience. Just going to say grab onto the skirt of him that is a Jew don't mean that you just grab onto any old nigga. Don't make yourself an underling to a fool. What else does it say? Read.
But a companion of fools shall be destroyed.
Yeah, a man that is wise will walk with wise men and vice versa. So if I got problems and issues, I know who to go to. I'm not going to the men under me to fix me because y'all can't. Y'all again, there's nothing wrong with y'all in that aspect. You just don't have the tools.
True.
So who do I got to go to?
The priest.
I got to go to a brother above me that got the experience, that got the knowledge, that got the wisdom, that has the temperament to deal with what I'm dealing with, right? I got to go to him. Why am I going to him? Because I want to be fixed. I'm going to go to y'all or somebody under me because I just want somebody to be able to show me sympathy. I want to be able to vent. That's That'd be the problem. Oh, I just wanted to vent to her. That means you didn't want to get fixed. Venting equals, okay, let's spread demons. Venting equals, oh, let me taint your brain and pull you into my little soap opera. That's what venting is. Let me weaken you, and I just want sympathy and empathy. I really don't want to change nothing. I just want somebody to say, oh, poor baby. I'm sorry to hear that. We ain't here to vent, man. We ain't here to vent. We here to get fixed. Y'all got to see this. Go to Proverbs 26:4.
Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
Answer not a fool according to his folly.
No, wait a minute. Psalms 26:4. Salakia.
God. Psalms chapter 26, verse 4.
Read.
I have not sat with vain persons.
See, this is how you avoid the sifting. This is how you avoid Satan. You don't sit with vain ass people. You see that vanity in them? You see that pride start puffing up? Oh, wait a minute. Let me change chairs. I'm getting over here real quick. I'm going to sit not by the brother that's actually cares about his salvation, that I can bounce spiritual things off of. Go ahead.
Neither will I go in with dissemblers.
With disassemblers. People that want to break things apart. Read on.
I have hated the congregation of evildoers.
What is this showing? That your zeal is pushing you forth. Go ahead.
And will not sit with the wicked.
Ecclesiastes 32 and verse 20. All these scriptures to warn you, man. To warn you to watch for certain types of men and women. They're here for a reason. They're here for a reason because a lot of y'all click up and link up with the weakest link. You're a weak link, they're a weak link. And not that you're going to be weak forever. You're weak because you're new. You're weak because you don't know how to process. You're weak because you don't know how to get the things out of your mind that don't belong. You're weak because you don't know how to fight yet. That's why. It's not that you're garbage. It's not that you ain't shit. Excuse my language. It's because that's how the world did it. Did all of us. When I came in, I was weak. I mean, come on, man. When I came in, I was weak. I wasn't no spiritual ninja. I handled everything all wrong. But I had to learn through time. And I admit, maybe back then I wouldn't admit it at 19 that I didn't know nothing. I definitely admit it now. I didn't know a damn thing at 19. But at 19, you know everything. Nothing can harm you. You can walk in front of a bus and the bus will crumble. At 19, right? You're the superhero of all superheroes. And nothing, you're unbothered. Yeah, but when a brother that's supposed to be a brother injects certain things into your thought process and deters you off the path, it shows your weaknesses. I dealt with it. Listen, I dealt with it. There was a time when I linked up with the wrong brother. And the Most High showed me, you dealing with the wrong nigga. You dealing with the wrong brother because he's not a brother. His conversation was Hennessy. His conversation was women. It was never biblical. It was never, hey, man, let's study. Hey, what's up with your test? Hey, brother, how's your rib? Hey, how's your family? It was always, man, let's get this bottle. Or he already had the bottle on deck. Right? Let's look for these women. And we were young. I was young. So those are the things that I wanted at that age. But now that I'm making y'all aware, your youth can't even be an excuse. You got to be here for the right reasons. Read.
Ecclesiastes chapter 32 and verse 20.
Read.
Go not in the way wherein thou mayest fall.
Listen, the scriptures say a wise man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Y'all got to foresee the evils, man. Y'all have to know as new brothers and sisters coming into the truth. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. That temptation is going to present itself in the form of a man or a woman sitting right next to you. It's going to come in the form of your family. It's going to come in the form of your children, your wife. It's going to come in the form of a lot of different things. You can't be ignorant. You got to sit back and know, like, wait a minute. How is Satan going to try to attack my zeal? How is he going to try to diminish my works and push me to the side? and take me back into bondage. How? You can't be ignorant of Satan's devices. He said what?
Go not in a way wherein thou mayest fall.
Yeah, because you can see the potholes from afar off. You can see like, damn, that's a dangerous way to go. Wait a minute. Why am I going that way? That way got all the drug dealers and criminals and the big booty hoes. But this way right here got all the studying, all the diligence, the brothers telling me what to do, keeping my spirit right, and discipline. And you're like, don't want that. I'm going to go over here. The Bible says don't go that way. Don't follow the big booties. Don't follow the niggas in your past. Follow the wisdom. Go ahead.
And stumble not among the stones.
Read.
Be not confident in a plain way.
And that's the thing, man. You look at the plain way. Remember, the turning away of the simple shall slayeth him. These simple niggas that don't want to do nothing and put no works in, they're seeking the plain way. And if you look at them, you're like, oh man, he got it easy. He just kicks in, he got his rib, he got his kids. He ain't got to fight for nothing. I want it like him. Most I said, don't be confident in the plain way. You got to put in some works. Because his way, that plain way, man, that plain way only lasts so long. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. It's set in the hearts of the sons of men to do wickedly. You can write it down, Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 11. You sitting back watching a man or woman just be lazy, slothful, no care. And you're like, damn, they got it made. They ain't got to go through all the things I got to go through. I got to fight for all this righteousness. I got to fight for all this stuff. How come they ain't got to do all that and they got all the blessings? Yeah, just wait. The Most High said they're going to eat of the fruit of their own way. True. Proverbs 1 and 20 down. The Most High said they're going to eat of the fruit of their own doings. So don't be confident in the plain way. Go to Ezekiel. Skip that. Go to Colossians. Go to Colossians, man. So this is the strength that brothers should be looking at. This is the strength that sisters should be looking for.
God.
Colossians 4:12.
Colossians chapter 4, verse 12.
Read.
Epaphras,
right?
Who is one of you,
read,
a servant of Christ,
read,
saluteth you.
Come on.
Always laboring.
Always lazy.
Always laboring.
Just kicking it and doing nothing.
Always laboring.
You got to be looking at the ones that are always laboring. What you doing today? I gotta go do this. I gotta run over here. I gotta go do this. And guess what it's for? The camp. Man, I gotta go do this for the camp. I gotta hit the mall. I got drilling. Right? Not, what you doing today? Nothing, just chilling. You hit him up the next day. Hey, what you doing today? Nothing, just chilling. Nothing, just chilling. Nothing, just chilling. You sound like bruh, man. Yeah. Niggas, you sound like bruh, man. Nothing, just chilling. Yeah. When you got men, it's like, hey, what you doing? You got brothers that are scared to call some brothers because they know they're so busy. It's like, brother, I know you busy, but I had a question. That's all good. You part of my busyness. No, I know you busy, but you got brothers that'll call. Like, hey, I know brothers is busy, but nah, brother, you part of that. You part of that busyness. Sisters, no, I know you're busy, but yeah, you're part of that. You're part of me being busy. Not, what you do? I know you just chilling, brother, but I had a question. Nah. It said always laboring. Come on.
Fervently for you in prayer.
Come on.
That ye may stand perfect.
You gotta look at the ones that are trying to build you. The ones that are trying to put the best gifts in you. Read.
And complete in all the will of God.
You see that? They're trying to make you perfect. And how does that come? It comes in the form of get your Bible out because you're off. Yeah. Not, you got pride? Let me put more pride into you. Oh, you got demons on you? Let me add more demons to you. No, it's, hey, what the hell's your problem? Get your Bible. Hey, sis, get in order. Trying to make you perfect. But some run from that. Like, oh man, I don't want to be around Kazak here because he's going to check me too much. Oh, I don't want to be around Kazak. They get all flustered. Kazak walks in the room, everybody butt cheeks pucker up, whoop, and you just slide off to the back. Or you don't want to be around this sister because this sister's going to tell you about yourself. Or this brother's going to be looking at things. A lot of men don't want that. A lot of sisters don't want that. You don't want the ones that are laboring for you. You want the ones that cater to your demon. But the strength is the ones that are laboring to build you into a better man and a better woman. The ones you can throw up on, and what they'll do, they'll clean up the throw up. They'll clean you up. They'll wipe your little mouth. They'll put on a new apron on you, wipe your booty, put the powder on it, slap the diaper on, and rock you to sleep. That's what you want. Not the one that's going to let you walk around, like sit in your shit. Man, he got a dirty diaper. Damn, you stink. Well, that's his problem. Nah, you want the one that's going to change you. Baby powder, right? Little K&B ointment if you need it. That's what you want. Right? Go to Acts 18:24.
Acts chapter 18 and verse 24.
Yes, sir.
And a certain Jew named Apollos, born at Alexandria, an eloquent man,
right,
and mighty in the scriptures.
He was what?
Mighty in the scriptures.
Come on, read.
Came to Ephesus. This man was instructed in the way of the Lord.
He was doing what?
Instructed in the way of the Lord.
Come on.
And being fervent in the spirit.
Read.
He spake and taught.
Being zealous in the spirit, he spake and he taught.
Diligently the things of the Lord.
Right. He didn't talk the things of himself. He didn't build himself up. He didn't spread negative. This is what you got to look at. Who's fervent in the spirit and teaching the ways of the Most High? What brother is trying to zealously affect you so you can be affected by them negatively? That's what you got to ask yourself. That's what you got to ask yourself. Why is this brother pulling me towards him? Well, he's only telling me negative things. He's giving me all his problems, but he knows I can't fix them. Why is he doing that? He's not talking things of the spirit, so he's not teaching me anything. If anything, he's teaching me wickedness. Why me? Go ahead.
Knowing only the baptism of John.
2 Corinthians 9:1.
2 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 1.
For
it's touching the ministering to the saints.
Right, the what?
The ministering to the saints.
So you're supposed to be looking at the men that are ministering to the saints. What does that mean? What does that mean? That they understand their position. No one can come in. You think somebody can come in and sit next to me and be like, yeah, brother, Christ ain't black no more. Or yeah, brother, I got this problem in my rib and this and that. Next thing you know, I'm like, oh my God, I give up on the truth. I'm out of here, y'all. Hell nah. No. Ain't nobody gonna be able to come in here and separate me from Christ. But nobody should be able to do the same things to you. Read on.
It is superfluous,
right,
for me to write unto you.
Listen, Paul was saying it's unnecessary. It should be unnecessary. Go ahead.
For me to write unto you.
Read.
For I know the forwardness of your mind.
Come on.
For which I boast of you to them of Macedonia.
Come on.
That Achaia was ready a year ago.
See, y'all are supposed to be ready a year ago. Y'all are supposed to be forward a year in advance in your spirit, in your knowledge, in your charity, in your love. You're supposed to be ready, man. Go ahead.
And your zeal hath provoked very many.
And it wasn't talking about zeal provoking many to wickedness. You're supposed to be looking at the ones that are provoking to love, to unity, to charity, to good works. Not niggas that's trying to provoke you to leave the truth with them, provoke you into their negatives. You got to look at the ones around you. That means you have to examine. The Bible says that you got to walk circumspect, not as fools, redeeming the time. From there. Oh, that was it. Go to, I got two more scriptures. Go to Hebrews. Let's close it out. Go to Hebrews 2:1. Y'all got the point. I know y'all got the point. And hopefully those of you online that stuck in, 27, yeah, y'all getting the point, I hope. That you can't let nobody come in, man, and infiltrate your mind against Christ. Don't let Satan do his job. And don't be Satan. Let somebody else do that. But don't be Satan to your brother, man. Don't be a murderer. Read Hebrews.
Hebrews chapter 2, verse 1.
Come on.
Therefore we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard.
Right? You supposed to do what?
Give earnest heed to the things which we have heard.
Yeah. Earnest heed. Diligent listening. Careful watching. Right? It says, but earnestly covet the best gifts. So you're supposed to use that zeal. Go ahead.
To the things which we have heard.
Come on.
Lest at any time we should let them slip.
Anytime they will what?
We should let them slip.
See, y'all supposed to be worried about not letting the things that you've heard, the good things in Yahweh Shai, slip out of your brain. Don't let that seed slip, man. Don't let nobody take it either. Go ahead.
For if the word spoken by angels was steadfast,
Come on.
and every transgression and disobedience received a just recompense of reward,
Come on.
how shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation,
Come on, read.
which at the first began to be spoken by the Lord,
Come on.
and was confirmed unto us?
It was what?
Confirmed unto
You
us.
got to take heed to the things that were confirmed to you. Read.
By them that heard him.
Verse 4.
God always, God also bearing them witness.
Read.
Both with signs and wonders.
Come on.
And with diverse miracles and gifts of the Holy Spirit according to his own will.
You see that? The Most High, signs, wonders. He did all these things just to get you here. You think that happened just for you to be snatched up by Satan? So he's saying you got to take heed to the things that you're being taught. Take heed to the brother and sister next to you. Read Hebrews 13.
Hebrews chapter 13.
Verse 7.
Verse 7.
Read.
Remember them which have the rule over you.
Come on.
Who have spoken unto you.
They have done what?
Spoken unto you.
They've used and abused you.
Spoken unto you.
They've taken from you.
Spoken unto you.
Misused you.
Spoken unto you.
What did they speak?
The word of the Most High.
The word of the Most High. What are you supposed to do with those men? Read.
Whose faith follows.
Whose what?
Whose faith follows.
You're supposed to follow that faith. You're supposed to follow that example. The ones that speak the word of the Most High to you, and not just some nigga that's like, yeah, the angels came down and slept with angels. Or women and they create, no. Actual true words of the Most High, like, hey, where's your charity? Hey, brother, where's your patience? Hey, you got to get that pride out of you. Hey, brother, let's do this according to the Bible, according to wisdom. Not just frivolous words to get you caught up in doctrine. Hebrews.
It's funny because Paul said it the best. He's like, man, y'all are too superstitious.
Yeah.
It's like it's so plain. The Most High is bringing it right in front of your face, but you're not registering and seeing that this is what the Most High wants you to mimic after. This is what the Most High wants you to follow.
Yeah,
and you gotta go
it's
into the
simple.
quasars. You don't gotta go into the, like you said, the angels sleeping with angels and all. Bro, no.
It's as simple as just watching the
The
example
faithful.
of the faith. The faithful men that been plowing the way. It's as simple as that. Not the simple that turns away. Not the fool. Don't be an underling to that. One more. Hebrews 6 and verse 7.
Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 7. For the earth which drinketh in the rain that cometh off upon it, and bringeth forth herbs, meat for them by whom it is dressed,
Right?
receiveth blessings from the Most High.
Go ahead.
But that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected.
That which what?
Beareth thorns and briars is rejected.
Yeah, you don't want to be those thorns, man. And those briars. Go ahead.
And is made unto cursing,
Right?
whose end is to be burned.
Read verse 9.
Verse 9. But, beloved, we are persuaded better things of you,
Right?
and things that accompany salvation. Though we thus speak.
Though we does what?
Though we thus speak.
See, we talk about the things that bring salvation. Read verse 10.
Verse
And
10.
this is what brothers and sisters got to remember.
For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love.
Right? He's not going to forget that, man. The labor of love that you put in, first of all, to get yourself right, and then to help the next man get right in time. Everybody's not here yet to be the healer. You got to first be healed and get those senses exercised. Go ahead.
Which ye have shown toward his name.
Come on.
And that ye have ministered to the saints.
Right?
And do minister.
Again, these are the men that you got to look for. The ones that are ministering and do minister day in, day out. Not no punch clock Israelite. Not no, I'm here 1 minute, steadfast, ready, the next minute, I don't know.
Are you on Facebook hardcore?
Yeah, that's not going to be the example.
God.
The example is right in front of you. Now, finish it up. Read verse 11 and 12.
Verse 11. Excuse me. And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end, that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises.
They do what?
Through faith and patience inherit the promises.
Because that's what it's about, lie. That's what it's about, man. It's about us inheriting the promises that the Most High gave us if we come in the full faith and assurance that he called us, if we come in the full zeal to accomplish, man. That's what it's about. So again, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. He has many. Again, who you want to be, choose you this day. Mattathias or Satan? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions on that? Right. I mean, if you got questions online, just hold. Yeah.
There's one off the top there.
There's now. If you got questions off the topic, we just hold those. Yeah. No, hold those. We can get to those tomorrow. I don't know, because I like to do this thing. Yeah. All right, man. We thank y'all for joining us. We went over a little bit. It's all good. But that class is needed. Again, I'm going to say it again. If you're a young brother and you have other young brothers' contact info, but you don't have one of these officers, Shaddach would be here. He's a little under the weather. You need to reevaluate why you're here. The young brother next to you, the young sister. If you're a young sister coming in the truth, and you got other young sisters contact, but you don't have the elder sisters that been here and fighting their information, you're not here for the right reason. You're here for sympathy and empathy and not to be changed. And we're here to change. Again, it's not a boys club. It's not a girls club. We're not just here to congregate. We're here to put off the old man and put on the new man that's renewed in the knowledge of Yahweh Shai. Khan. With that, we'll end it. Everybody say shalom to everybody online.
Shalom!
Shalom. We'll see y'all back here tomorrow, VA. They'll be live. Shalom.
Can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth. Are you fishing with the truth? Homie, where's your fruit? If the Most High is your rock, don't treat him like a side piece. Come in this truth plan and treat you like a side piece. He's the God of mercy and wrath. So do you want to fly or do you keep the Bible on cop? The Most High is my rock. TK. Rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. Yeah. The Most High is my rock. keep my Bible on top. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutlet. Hit the streets and start cutting.